Welcome back to Law Factor Live. Remember I said to you that I had some special guests? Well, one of them is right here with me. And look at that beautiful smile. A lot of people will say, oh my gosh, no, but this is my granddaughter, Savannah. And my grandson, you'll see him in a second, Damien. And he's sitting on top of his mother, Candy, my daughter. So my very special guests, and they're here for a very special reason. And that's because my granddaughter, she's a very special little girl, and my daughter has been here, and she has been a victim of people not treating her very kindly as well. So I'm going to hand it over to Candy. First of all, welcome, daughter, to the DFL Help.
Thank you, Mum.
Yes, and welcome, Day Day, and welcome, Savannah. All right, so Candy, tell our viewers what you've had to experience.
Okay, well, basically my daughter Savannah, who is 8, she has special needs and learning difficulties. Her special needs, the main one is her speech. It's delayed. And when we're just out and about, a lot of people notice that my daughter doesn't say much. And instead of politely asking me or pulling me aside and asking me if they're so interested in what the problem is with my child, you know, there's a correct way to ask. But a lot of people have been approaching me in front of my daughter and have been quite insensitive and rude, and have said, you know, asked, not even asked, they've just said, oh, the child doesn't talk, you know, or doesn't she speak? And my daughter is right next to me, and I think that's really, like I said, insensitive, because my daughter, though she doesn't speak properly like you and me, she is fully aware of what's going on and she understands everything. And I see it hurts my daughter when a lot of people just approach us and just say what they have to say just like that, and it could actually make my daughter lose confidence in speaking and trying, you know, things like that. She's only a child, she doesn't understand what she has to the fullest herself, you know, she's coping with it and she has to live her life like this every single day. And she's on holiday, she gets enough of, you know, in England she is working on her speech, she, you know, at school and things like that, she has special support. And when she comes on holiday, I just feel like she shouldn't have to go through this. And I know there must be other children in St. Lucia who have speech delays and speech difficulties. I don't know how many of them there are, but my daughter's just like any of us trying to live our lives the normal way. And I don't like what's been happening, to be honest, especially in the malls, in Rodney Bay, when we're out and about. If we're in the shops and we're purchasing something, people will notice, you know, my son speaks a lot but my daughter doesn't, and they'll just approach us in front of her and not really have any regard for her feelings, not taking her feelings into consideration or anything like that.
And I think that although it's very sad that we're talking about a child, I mean, this happens to adults too. And we have adults who have very low self-esteem. We have adults who have special needs and they don't have people to look after them. At least Savannah has you and her family around her who love her dearly. You know, and Impy, you know Savannah, you've known her for many years. And she's developing and she's a great girl, isn't you, darling?
She's fantastic.
You know, she doesn't need people who are insensitive, you know. So if you are one of those persons who sometimes you say or you do things without thinking, think the things that you say affects people, you know. We all have our different ways of communicating, so please think.
People have to think before they speak, and people have to slow down and take their time, because I guess we've got into too much of a rush and we're not paying attention, proper attention to what's going on, and we're not taking into account other people's feelings.
And let me just advise everyone, if you'd like to give us a call, if you have experienced anything that any of my guests have said, if you have seen it, if you have done something that you know, you've thought, oh my gosh, I didn't mean it, that wasn't the intention, you know, give us a call. What, I mean, do you think that we are being a bit too extra tonight, or we're being, you know, insensitive? Because as far as we're concerned, we want to ensure that people understand that certain people, and many people with special needs, actually have different talents and even better talents, and you know, they are better persons than people who are able bodies. You know, we've had lots of examples tonight. So we've opened the telephone lines. When we come back from the break, it would be nice to hear from somebody. So we'll be back in a moment.